Can someone explain to me why, and then you might be a little bit wrong. I'm not going to apologize for it. Welcome back to essentially what is going to be part 1 of my crap room to craft room overhaul, getting my yarn stash under control, because I think even though there's multiple episodes, there's going to be different parts, because today is Wednesday, so day 4, 5, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So day 5 of this effort, and my only motivation, like my shred of motivation right now, is twofold. One is that I'm not that far away from at least having the context of that room only be yarn and crafts. I am heading to Walmart, and maybe you'll want to come with me to pick out a cart. I did look at a couple of those 3-tier carts online last night. Walmart seemed to have the best rated that I could get relatively quickly, and I didn't see anything negative about rolling it on carpet because I don't care. I like carpet.
Stitch is gonna stitch, we don't miss a loop. Pull that thread tight, join the crochet troop.
We're nowhere near done going through my yarn stash and getting that room organized, but it is at least going to be in a place of I can do this. Oh, the second motivating factor is that I went ahead and booked my spa gift card little retreat thing for tomorrow, Thursday at 11 a.m. So I will be honest, even though I was taking my time, I am sort of feeling it. Like I'm not super sore, so I'm glad I haven't gone too crazy, but I am feeling the work, and so it will definitely be needed. That's why I was struggling a little bit today of like, well, maybe I should take it easy today and not really do anything. And I'm like, okay, but if I can push through and get till tomorrow where, you know, someone's going to be making sure everything's all massaged out and everything, it will be worth it. And also, there's really not that much left to do. So let's go ahead and head over to my local Walmart. I think going to Walmart instead of ordering the cart was probably the right choice, so I could kind of see some other stuff in person as far as some options and ideas, and I don't know, or even if just to show you some potential storage ideas. The only thing I was slightly disappointed on was I kind of really wanted the black utility cart just because I felt like it's probably going to get dirty and whatever over time, but all I could find was the white one, and obviously this will suffice. It doesn't need to be awesome, and I can always spray paint it or something later. I think I have like almost a full can of like a matte teal turquoisey spray paint, if anyone's surprised by that color choice. So let's go ahead, get that put together. My thought, I also looked at bins for the cords because clearly I need a bigger bin for the cords. And no, I'm not willing to get rid of any because that has bitten me in the ass before, and then I had to special order a cord before, so that was not fun. And I'll see what I can fit on the cart. Maybe one of the layers shelves will be cords on its own. The other thought I had was in my office behind me, my printer sits on a storage ottoman, which is where a lot of that stuff used to get stored. So I honestly can't picture what, if anything, is still in that storage ottoman. So that might also be an option. I just wanted to make sure I exhausted everything here that I have. I did look around at where I was keeping some more of these storage, this kind of bin, but these are very shallow, obviously, and I don't think I have any extras currently unless I missed one. I thought I might have one the size that I was kind of thinking about in the store, but I would have rather waited and made sure instead of spending $7 and then, you know, not remember to return it if I didn't need it. And I know I will be back at Walmart this weekend for shopping, so we'll see what happens. The shelves, I don't know. I still have shelves in the other room that they're still even in the box. So As far as like decorative shelves in here, there's no shortage of possibilities for that. For plants or whatever I decide to put in here, anything on display. I'm powering through this, I don't want to say last day, but kind of. So we shall see how this all turns out. So the goal is get all of the tool kind of stuff onto the cart, and then that will free up space. I can, push it out, and then bring the yarn that's in my office closet and strewn other places in the house. The coat closet for sure has some. I even think I have some in the linen closet just because it was kind of a large order for a specific purpose. And I thought, well, this was already getting out of hand. I didn't want to add to it. So there's yarn everywhere, like most of us have. And that's why I'm in this boat right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this put together and let you know my thoughts on it. And yeah. Step number 1, unofficially, of course. Can someone explain to me why you would go through the trouble of putting letters on each little thing for your diagram, but not put those letters together in order? Why am I starting with D, G, H, and M? That makes no sense to me. Well, that wasn't too bad at all. I have no idea how long it took. I didn't keep a timer or anything like that. But it wasn't too bad, especially if you follow the instructions instead of reading the first instruction and then think you know what to do for the rest of it. And then you might be a little bit wrong. But even that wasn't that bad. I mean, it's pretty, solid little cart. Is it the highest quality? Probably not. But it also has handles, which the Michaels one did not. So I think that will be handy if I'm up on the stepladder. I could always just, pull it closer or something. So I guess I will just go ahead and fill these shelves. That's the only thing. I think it was Michael's version where it had adjustable shelves. So I did not think that part through because I thought it would be, well, I guess even if I put the paint can in here, I wouldn't get it back out before I would have put it together. So I'll just put it there for now because I do know there's a few spots I want to touch up with it. And yeah, I'm probably not going to spend a ton of time organizing this just because. Right now it's just to corral things is the goal. How many hooks did I buy? Also, I do appreciate not only that they gave me extras of a hardware, but that the instructions told you have extras instead of you wondering if you did something wrong. I guess I will move this out. The electronics did not fit on on there. I might need a whole second cart just for cords, but I will see what I can do. Take the shelves out just because I don't want those like in here yet. I'm not at that point of like decorating. Get rid of some of the other stuff. Like there's still a couple little random things. A backpack that's basically empty. And then bring in yarn from the other spaces in the house. definitely getting disheveled, and that's what showers and brushes and everything are for. And I know I said I wasn't at the point of decorating, but when I was pulling stuff out of not my work closet, my office closet, I came across the sign that I tend to rotate out in the living room, but I felt like it was appropriate in here because in my mind, this is a pile of possibility. I feel like that's what I love most about yarn is like just endless possibility. And I know sometimes when we get upset about projects that aren't working out so well, it's more about the fact that we had this vision that isn't coming together. And I don't know where I was going with that exactly, but you kind of get where I'm going with that. So I'm thinking like with yarn, anything is possible. Today, anything is possible with yarn. I might add a little something to this sign. I don't know, but I think it will work well in here. And I also went to take this down and put it in with the rest of my athletic stuff. And this is a rack for race medals for like 5Ks, marathons, any of that sort of thing. And it's really fitting for what's going on right now and this project. So it's the courage to start, the strength to endure, and resolve to finish. Is this room finished? No, but it's finished in what I wanted to accomplish this week. And it's only Wednesday, so that's awesome. And I feel like I can fully relax and for the rest of the week that I have off, and I don't feel like I have to do any more than what's already done. And if I want to, I can. Some other stuff that I came across were some paint chips, and I hadn't even considered this, or maybe if I had, I didn't really, I don't know, think I would want to, but maybe I do want to paint this room. Originally, these were going to be potential paint colors for the office room a long time ago. I actually had intentions of painting this house, like most of the rooms in here, but the day I was getting keys, the paint counter was just apparently not being manned, and after 45 minutes, I gave up. So I don't even know that I'm going to go down the route of like a blushy pink in here or keep that for another room. Man, there's some really great colors, but it was just the idea of like, you know what, while this is in this state, might be the best time to go ahead and paint, because this is a lot easier to, I don't want to say manage, because it's really not that easy to manage, but pulling these away from the walls or even just painting some accent walls would not be so terrible. Also, I don't know why I had 4 lamps in here. Had you asked me how many lamps I thought I had in here, 4 would not have been the number. I would have been like, I don't know, 2. That is where everything lands for now. We do have a lot of organizing ahead of us. What I will say for at least part 2, I think part 2 is going to be, after I've had time to sit on it and maybe think about painting, maybe thinking about like the final storage solutions and doing all of this stuff. That will probably be a few episodes in part 2. I started to also bring in some other craft related items. I haven't even looked at a single one of these, even though this was a huge splurge when the second edition came out back in October, November. And that was like my Christmas present to myself or early birthday present. I don't remember, but like I'm still treating these very preciously, but those can go comfortably up in the closet since it is empty now. Maybe I should have vacuumed or whatever. I don't know. uh, Part of me had that thought at one point of like, maybe I should pull everything out and vacuum and shampoo the carpets, except where am I going to put all this yarn while I do that? And when it dries, it's going to really have to be a nice warm day that I can open the window and let it dry out. And then all of this will go into the master bedroom and get closed off from the cats, because that's really the only way. And I don't know when that's going to happen, if at all. So, and maybe I'll have better solutions for organizing it and moving stuff around. As far as the size of my stash, here, hang on, let's get the full picture. This is fiberfill, and then there was one other, there's more fiberfill up here. You know what? Yeah, so that's how tall that goes. It's up there. And it's a lot, but I'm not upset about it at all. I actually really enjoy having a larger stash because, here, like, take it all in. To me, again, it's like, it's so full of possibility, and also it's inspiring when I see all the different colors broken out and like around each other. And I'm not upset at all at this size of this stash. Is it Sable, which is stash acquired beyond life expectancy? I don't know. I'm 44. It's possible. Well, anything's possible. Let's not get morbid. But aside from that, assuming average life expectancy, and especially for my family who tends to go to the like 80s and 90s, probably not, but maybe. But like, because I'm gonna buy more yarn at some point. Just because I'm doing a low buy this year does not mean I'm never going to buy yarn again. My main goal, I mean, aside from really keeping an eye on my budget in general and having financial goals separate from, just any specific like stash down or whatever, I really wanted to honor the yarn that I have purchased over the years, because this is easily 16-ish years worth of yarn, maybe not quite that much, give or take, but certainly since at least, I'm going to say around 2012, because that's when I found my first like real local yarn shop and really went down a lot of rabbit holes. And then all of this other stuff followed me home. It needed to be adopted. And so, yeah, we'll just call it 15 years, because it's not a round number, but like a multiple of 5 is kind of a nice number to think about. And I feel like this is easily 15 years of yarn purchases. Of course, I've used some of it up, not that much. I've given stuff away. I've gifted it. I've been gifted stuff. So that's kind of where that is at. Like I said, I'm not upset about any of it. I know a lot of people are into the stash down because they feel like this is overwhelming. To me, the overwhelm is not about the amount. It's about getting it into a semblance of order that will work for me. And that's about it. And especially because like I do have more of these big poofy skeins than I typically do for specific projects, and these take up a stupid amount of space, like you can see. And so that's been a struggle. I don't think anyone should stash shame anyone. If you think this is too much stash, then don't acquire this much stash, frankly. So I am okay in my finances. I will say there are times where I did buy yarn when I shouldn't have because my finances were not great. So maybe there is a little bit of guilt associated with some of these. Do I remember which ones those are? No, but I'm letting that go. I'm moving on, and I'm loving and treasuring every bit of this for what it is. Will I get rid of some of it if I'm come across it and I'm like, I really don't love it anymore? Sure, that is certainly a possibility that will happen. by and large, I don't see a ton of destash happening. So if that's something you were hoping was going to happen and you might get some little freebie yarns, don't hold your breath. I'm sure there will be some, but let's not get too carried away or, start calling dibs on anything just yet. So I am a little bit salty about the crates because I did stop at Dollar Tree after Walmart, and obviously I had no way of knowing ever that Dollar Tree would start carrying this style of crate. And for $10, which was the same full price at Joann, theirs were much better constructed and quality of wood, and that's annoying because if you would have told me that like Dollar Tree is going to start carrying crates in this style, I would have never pictured that they were going to be better quality. If anything, the same or worse quality. I will kind of keep plugging along. They didn't quite stack the way I thought they would in the like Jenga Lego-y way that I thought, but it's fine. It's still just something to think about. It's something different than the IKEA style shelves, which I'm not shitting on those at all. I really, at one point, thought that's something that I would want, but to me now it feels a little bit too retail-y, having worked in retail and not too distant of years. So I think that's really the only hang up in my mind is like, it just feels too retail-y, and I don't, back then, like before that, I would have been like, oh yeah, because then I can like shop my own stash and feel like I have my own little yarn shop, because a lot of yarn shops use that style of shelf unit, and I would have been okay with it, and now I'm like, it's fine. So I will figure stuff out here and there. What a journey. I do feel a lot better, even though even this morning I was still feeling a little bit sucky and like I might cry again today. And if I cry at all, it's going to be tears of joy that I actually did it and I persevered through this, and this is doable now. It's still a lot, but it's completely doable. I'm perfectly happy with the size of my stash, if I hadn't said so already, because I like having options and I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm just thinking of all of the possibilities that are behind me and ahead of us. So if you have been working alongside me in any way, shape, or form, or just hanging out with me while we work on this room, I cannot even tell you how much I appreciate you for going through this whole process. If you've been working alongside me, keep doing what you need to do. And if you're just along for the ride, that's awesome too. Just because you're being nosy, I'm totally fine with that. And I cannot wait to visit with you in the next one. Bye. This might sound totally silly, but seeing all the yarn in one big giant pile, I'm glad some of it is in boxes, because the temptation to jump in it like a little kid would jump into a pile of leaves, like that just entered my mind of like, wouldn't it be fun to just like, leap in, dive bomb into a giant pile of yarn? I don't know where I come up with this stuff.